Okay, students, now let us proceed to one question related to the capacitors. This is the NCERT solved question and it is very important from board point of view. Now, we have already understood that how to calculate the equivalent capacitance of the network of capacitors. Now, in this question, two things are different. First of all, the position of the battery. It is not the usual position. Usually the battery is shown here, but here at side the battery is shown, and according to the battery position the equivalent capacitance value will change. Okay, and secondly we are asked in this question to solve the charge and voltage across each capacitor. So this is a new thing to solve. Now our first target is still to calculate the equivalent capacitance of this network. So we will be solving equivalent capacitance first and then we will proceed with the charge and voltage calculations. Now the procedure of solving the network is the usual procedure. First of all, we have to start taking a charge from positive of the battery. Now here two terminals are shown. We can take any terminal as positive. So if we take positive of the battery here, we can take a charge, total charge Q from the battery, and as soon as the charge will start flowing, if it will get two paths, it will get divided. So anywhere if the charge is getting divided, that means that branches are parallel, and if the charge is flowing same through number of capacitors, that means that part of the circuit is in series. So we always solve the series part first. So let us start now. This is the 300 volt battery. From here we have taken charge Q. Now as soon as the charge will reach here, it will be divided into two parts. Suppose Q1 part is flowing in the C1 capacitor upper branch and Q2 charge is flowing in the second branch. So C2, C3 are in series because the same charge is flowing through C2 and C3. Then as Q1 and Q2 will reach at this point, it will again be combined and it will become Q, which will flow through C4 capacitor and it will be returned back to the battery. So how we have done? Q charge from the battery, then divided into two parts, then again added, flowing through C4, returned back to battery. Now in solving the equivalent circuit, whichever part is confirmed that like this, these two capacitors are having the same charge, that means these two capacitors are in series. Series means reciprocal addition. So you can see the values are given 200 and 200. So in series 1 by 200, 1 by 200, like this will do the calculation and the answer is obtained 100. We can name the net of it, net capacitance C23. Then further if we proceed, whatever charge is entering at the point here, it is dividing and then again getting added. That means C1 and C23, two capacitors are in parallel because charge got divided. Parallel means direct addition. So 100 plus 100, total answer will be 200. This way we keep on replacing. Finally we are left with only two capacitors. In place of upper parallel branch, we have the final C dash and the lower C4 we already have. Now again if we start taking the charge, whatever charge enters through C dash, same charge flows through C4 also. That means the charge is same. So these two capacitors are in series. This way 200 and 100 are in series. So we will be doing again reciprocal addition calculation. So 1 by 200 plus 1 by 100 is 1 by C net. And this way if you see the solution carefully, you will see that C net is obtained as 200 by 3 picofarad. So this way we have solved the equivalent capacitance. Now our target is to solve charge and voltage across each capacitor. So the calculation, these individual calculations, that means we have to find the Q1 V1, Q2 V2, Q3 V3, Q4 V4. 8 datas we have to calculate because we have 4 capacitors. Now how do we proceed? First of all, we always calculate the total charge. So total charge Q is total C into total V. Total C or net capacitance is 200 by 3 pico into the battery 300. Finally 20,000 picocoulomb is the answer for the charge. Okay, total charge is calculated. After this, now we start solving the individual circuit components by going in the reverse order. So whatever final circuit we obtain, we will start with that. In that we will show the total charge Q 20,000 picocoulomb. Now because the charge will flow same in both the parts C dash and C4, so since we know the charge and capacitance, we can calculate the voltages for them. Voltage formula is Q by C. So voltage of this will be Q dash by C dash. We know the value of Q dash means charge and C dash means capacitance, 100 volt answer. In the same manner we can calculate V4 also, that will be Q4 upon C4, 20,000 picocoulomb upon 100 picofarad. This way the answer of V4 is obtained 200 volt. That means for this part of the circuit we have calculated the charge and voltage till now. This was step 1. Now we can proceed to one step back and we will take this circuit. In this circuit we will come to know that how the charge gets divided. So we know that the total charge entering from here was 20,000 picocoulomb and both the capacitors are connected in parallel. So here the charge will be divided, and since the two capacitors are of equal value, so they will share the charge equally. So 20,000 picocoulomb charge will be equally divided. So the upper part and the lower part will take 10,000 picocoulomb each. So this way Q1 and Q2 answer is obtained. Q1 and Q2 answer is obtained. And in the same manner, how to obtain the voltage information? So as we have got that this C dash, that means this upper branch, its voltage V dash was 100 volt, and since these two capacitors are connected in parallel, so voltage of upper and lower branch will be same. So it is also having 100 volt and this is also having 100 volt. Now if we go back, C2 and C3 was C23. The total voltage of this C23 is 100. That's why the voltage of C2, C3 will be 50 volt and 50 volt because they are equal and they are in series. So this way, applying all that ideas of series and parallel, we have to do the calculations, and at last we are listing down these datas which we have obtained throughout the question. So we have to write Q1 V1, Q2 V2, Q3 V3 and Q4 V4 answers. You can pause the video to understand a particular part of the solution carefully, and in case of any doubt you can ask the question.